In 1945, little was known about the effects of radioactive contamination, and rumors spread that radiation exposure could be something like a common cold, like it was contagious. We now know that radiation exposure can cause cancers and genetic defects, but further awareness did little to stop the immediate discrimination felt against survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
You know, this discrimination was especially true for women. Not only did they suffer the unspeakable trauma of the atomic hellfire, but they were also disfigured and felt that they had to hide in their homes. They were experiencing discrimination from society, and many even felt they had to lie about where they were born so that they could increase their chances of getting married and, starting a family.
To respond to this situation, one man made a big difference for many, Reverend Kiyoshi Tanimoto. This U.S.-educated Christian minister who survived the atomic bombing had become well known in the United States because he was profiled in John Hershey's book, Hiroshima. Tanimoto brought together young women who were scarred by the bomb and shunned by society. First called the Society of Keloid Girls, they would be more popularly referred to as the Hiroshima Maidens.
Through this work, Reverend Tanimoto met Norman Cousins, a New York City-based journalist and editor of the Saturday Review.
10 years later, in 1955, through the collaborative efforts of Tanimoto and Cousins, the Hiroshima Maidens traveled to New York City. It was here, at Manhattan's Mount Sinai Hospital, 25 young women received medical treatment in the form of reconstructive surgery.
The Hiroshima Maidens lived here in New York City, staying in family homes provided by local Quakers. Here we have Mitchie Takeuchi. She's a Quaker and is vice president of the Youth Arts New York Hibakusha Stories here in New York City. Your family has really deep connections to this story. Could you tell us what happened to your family and what you know about the Hiroshima Maidens?
Sure. In 1939, my grandfather, Dr. Ken Takeuchi, was transferred from Tokyo to Hiroshima to be a founder of Red Cross Hospital. He was there on August 6th when a single atomic bomb completely destroyed my hometown. He was seriously injured, but he was giving directives from his hospital bed to the doctors who had survived. They were all struggling to treat the hundreds of injured, sick and dying people who were streaming into the Red Cross Hospital. 4 years later, in 1949, Dr. Tomi Harada, a Hiroshima surgeon, started a monthly voluntary medical study gathering among Hiroshima city doctors called the Yokai, or the Saturday meeting. They met regularly to exchange information about the treatment of hibakusha. My grandfather and later my own father participated in this group. I was still in elementary school, but I remember a specific day when many doctors met in my family home in Hiroshima. I especially remember Dr. Kaoru Shima, an elderly surgeon who looked calm and gentle. The atomic bomb exploded above his private practice, which was his own home. This very location was considered to be the official ground zero. Dr. Shima's medical staff, patients, and his very own family were all completely wiped out. He was the only one who survived because he was visiting a patient outside of the city of Hiroshima. Even though every important person in his life was instantly incinerated, the following day, Dr. Shima was with my grandfather, doing his best effort to treat the injured and comfort the dying. He made a strong impact on me as a young child. I think I learned from Dr. Shima what it means to be honorable. I am a daughter of Hiroshima from a hibakusha family, and I know that the only way to prevent nuclear war is nuclear abolition.